So this video might be one of my longest one because I'm going to approach a very serious topic. And not that I don't do it in other videos, but this one is going to be more so something that really comes from something that I personally believe, and that is not just some general knowledge. And it might offend some people. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. The realest you get, the more chances you have to offend somebody, and that is just common sense, right? We're a lot of people on this planet, and it's impossible for us to agree on everything. Some people can agree to disagree, other people get offended, and so this is a disclaimer. As a person, as an adult, I personally believe that you should be aware of why you're doing the things that you do as early as you can, as a matter of fact. What kind of legacy you want to leave on this earth, why you have been put on this earth, and what kind of impact you want to leave on humankind. And I'm telling you, if you are more somebody who values the spirit of fucking, gambling, YOLOing, this video is not for you. You're more than welcome to stay if you want to have an interesting conversation after, but I'm not blaming you if you want to leave. But if you are more of a person who values the spirit of wisdom, self-awareness, and self-development, then this is for you, so you want to listen carefully. The things you are trying to do, the projects that you have for yourself, and the grand ambition you've made for your life are not as hard as they appear to be. Yet, you haven't started yet. Whenever you want to start something of significance, your mind goes into this type of haze, like an invisible force is just taking over and putting you in limbo of inaction. And within that inactivity, more often than not, you are scrolling through social media or through YouTube or your texts, whatever the case may be, and thinking that you are using your phone while really your phone is using you. And you'll often notice that as you are scrolling, your mind is thinking of all these things that you will do right after you're done scrolling before you start that project. So all of these excuses, the most random things, like you need to pick up something or you need to do the dishes, although these are very important, yourself, you know that there's something greater that you told yourself you were gonna do. Yet you're wasting your time and you're just thinking of all these excuses while you're in that limbo. And this is what prevents you from doing what you've been called to do or what you wanted to do that is really important. And why is that? Is it fear, or is it just pure laziness? If it is fear, know that every great stories always started with a decision that basically led to a lot of risks, a lot of danger, a lot of tension, but eventually came out to be something great. Good or bad, a decision is what you need to start something and to make it worth it. And after that, we learn along the way. But if it is laziness, ask yourself, why the fuck are you so damn lazy? What is it? And everything that I'm about to share, this is something that I'm still personally struggling with from time to time. So I'm telling you, everybody who wants to teach you, or anybody who's trying to teach you something and puts himself or herself as this type of master who's not struggling with whatever they're trying to teach, is bullshitting you, and you need to run. Because even the greatest artists will admit to you, from time to time, they have shitty drawing days, and their drawings are looking like complete trash, like mediocre type of drawings. And that is for your favorite artists, whether it's Jim Lee, Lewis, all these artists, they still have those drawings day where it's just completely shit. So that's just a little side note. I'm getting off track. Let's get back to the topic. Be very conscious of what you are letting your self-conscious swimming into, what type of things you are consuming. The entertainment industry is so filled with some feel-good stuff. We always want to feel so good, right? This is why we have TV, this is why we have Hype Track, and this is why there's porn out there. And everything that's on the other side of a single click it will fill your head, your mind with that dopamine rush that will make you feel like you've accomplished something great, and that afterwards it is well deserved to rest. It's well deserving, and you should just take a day. You just should call it a night, because you've been rushed with all that dopamine rush. And as human being, after we get dopamine, which we used to get from hunting and surviving, now we're getting from simplest thing like leveling up in a video game instead of leveling up in real life, or busting your nuts from porn instead of actually having intercourse with a human being that cares for us. Of course, it is easier to sign up to an OnlyFans than it is to really interacting with somebody that cares about us and connecting with that person that is full of risk and full of fear and whatever it is, whatever the case may be. It's easier to do whatever technology has provided us, and we get that dopamine rush, which it's tricky because that invisible force is working for you. It's working in a way that looks for the path of least resistance to that dopamine rush, and so it is just obvious to work out in the video game than to work out in real life. It doesn't take a scientist to figure that out. And technology, those businesses, they found out that that's how we work as human beings. So that's why everything is being leveled up, upgraded to saving time. The less time we can spend on something, the better it is. And that's how phone came in. That's how the calculator came in. We're trying to save time all the freaking time, and our body, our subconscious is trying to save time to get that dopamine rush. But delayed gratification is what is safest. We get addicted to procrastination, and we get addicted to our vices because those feel-good stuff that comes so fast are tricking our brain into thinking that we've been relevant throughout the day, when really we are not. And whatever comes fast will leave fast. There is some exception, but most of the time what comes fast will leave fast. Don't let anybody sell you some get rich tomorrow type of bullshit. It's not gonna happen, okay? Everything takes time, so by delaying that gratification, you're working into something that will stay. And whenever you start something, let me just finish this with a good quote that I like. It's the greatness of small victories. Sic parvis magna, which essentially means that at the beginning, when you start something of significance, you may not see really what type of purpose it is going to bring you, because, or I should say, the consequences of that action are not very significant from the get-go, especially if you are using social media to feed off the idea that you're doing something of value. Sometimes it's hard to see that whatever you started is actually a big move, and that's why it feels so small, but you are planting the seeds for success. How do I know? Let's look at a bamboo tree and how it grows. The first few years of its evolution, maybe the first to the fourth, it's going to stay like this, right? But then to the fifth and to the sixth year, it's just blowing the fuck up, right? And so next time that you feel that you're in that mental haze, that you're mindlessly scrolling, looking for memes or looking for news about somebody who doesn't care about you, quickly realize that you're in that mental haze, snap out of it and think, what can I do today to get closer to my goal, and engage immediately. And this is why it's important to have daily goals, because you may have one day where the major goal, the major mission for that day is to send an email or applying for a job. So the next time you are in that haze, quickly snap out of it and start writing that email. You'll be done in like 10 minutes. You'll see. And if it's bigger than maybe it is starting the business or really launching my YouTube channel, preaching my gospel, then you'll find out, okay, you start something that may seem really huge, but as you're getting into it, you're kind of getting that momentum that, yes, you're not doing it for big results right now, but you'll see that you'll get a lot of it. You'll be a lot closer to your goal by the end of the day, even though you might not finish as quick as a letter or an email. This is how you finish things. You need to create solid base. So again, I'm not trying to throw some shade to the people who don't see that having a life filled with self-questioning yourself and really being goal orientated, really thinking about like what kind of impact you can do, thinking in a spiritual way, is somebody who doesn't share that is more than welcome to do it. Everybody lives the life they want. I'm just sharing what I believe is best as a human being, and I hope that if you are thinking like me, this video was somewhat helpful. So you know the drill. If you like the video, comment down below what you want to see next. Maybe you can message me if you want to talk even further more. You can leave a like, a little pouce bleu, that always helps, and holla back.